Whether you actually have $70,000 laying beside you right now and you're thinking to yourself, what's the best car to buy? Or if you're confident, which you should be, that eventually you're gonna get to the point that you have 70 grand in cash to just go blow on a car, not a problem. And you're wondering to yourself, is the LC500 the best car for 70,000? Then you've come to the right place, because we're going to talk about that. One of my favorite things to just kind of like think about in my own time or have conversations about is like, you know, if you have 50,000 or 70,000 or 100,000 or 200,000, like what is the best car to buy all around? Now, you may have a certain area that you're focused on, like all-out track focused, all-out luxury, maybe somewhere in the middle. And the LC500 has a very unique blend of all that stuff. So in this video, guys, we are going to be doing a drive down to Miami, Florida. We are currently in Fort Lauderdale, and getting a really good sense of what this car has to offer, because what we're about to do with this car is literally what this car was built for. It's not built for the track. You could do that, we'll talk about that, but it's also not just built for like cruising and not having any fun, right? It is a sweet blend of everything. Just before we go for a drive, let's hop out and take one quick look at this exterior. So again, 2022 LC500. What do you guys think about this design? First of all, if you want a V8 Lexus, you can choose the IS500, you could choose the RCF, or the LC500. And regardless of what type of sporty V8 Lexus you choose, you're getting a sleeper build. Guys, this car looks very nice, very, very nice, very luxurious. But look at the subtle things, guys. There's no like vents on the hood. It's just a plain hood, but it still looks amazing. Signature little teardrop on the headlight, that signifies you are looking at an LC500. Hourglass luxury Lexus grille there, 21-inch wheels. A nice vent on the side. Again, it's not overly designed, over-engineered. It's just simple, and it's perfect. It's perfect for what this car is. 21-inch wheels in the back as well. 275 for the tire width, by the way. I have always loved these taillights. Again, that teardrop lets you know you are looking at an LC500. And then huge exhaust covers, if you will, because the actual exhaust, you can see them right in there. Not as pretty as that cover thingy. So let's go ahead and hop in here. And by in here, I mean into one of the most luxurious interiors I have probably ever sat in. Guys, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Every video that I've made with this car so far, I always point out like freaking Alcantara on the roof, guys. These seat designs are just, oh my gosh, for $70,000, what in the world? I've driven a Bentley. I've not driven a Rolls Royce. We just got done reviewing the Ferrari Portofino, which I would argue is a grand touring type of car. And I look at this and I'm like, oh my gosh, for so much cheaper, you get quality, guys. This is Lexus. Lexus. You can trust this thing. Without further ado, let's put the seatbelt on, because you're going to want to put this on when you get behind the wheel of an LC500, and place it in drive. Also toggle on manual mode. Kind of a weird situation here. This is kind of like in the middle of being an exotic car. Like, exotic cars are always confusing with how to put stuff in drive, and this is like almost confusing. You do have to kind of get used to all that. Here, real quick, let's pull out starting in comfort mode. And I just want to emphasize how nice this is to drive, guys. One finger. Every bump we're going over, I don't even know if it exists, because it's just wafting over everything. This is probably the most comfortable car I've ever been behind the wheel of. It is ridiculously nice. Let me pull the seat back to give you guys a better view here. All right, okay, enough of that. Sport, nope. Sport plus, because, you know, sport isn't good enough. Quick turning radius test here. Right into the middle lane. Very nice. Oh my gosh. I feel like I'm a musician right now. I have the musical instruments right here. There's you know, there's different cars I hop in, like the Maserati Gran Turismo, for example. I said that is the best sounding V8 hands down. The GT350, I said that's the best sounding V8 hands down. I want to stop continuing to make the best sounding V8 claim, but I want to say that this one sounds the most monstrous out of all of them. I really do enjoy listening to the sound of this one specifically. It also, it's weird because we'll talk more about this once we hop on the interstate, but this is a very luxurious car, if you couldn't freaking tell. But yet behind you is this like just demonous, monstrous V8. It meshes well together somehow, which is so weird. So I don't know, I think the luxury ride, the luxury presentation of this car, the feeling of quality with the interior and the ride, it makes the V8 just sound better. Some of the most brutal downshifts I have ever heard as well. Should you buy a Lexus LC500? If your priority is I don't even know how to explain this, guys. If you want something that is not flashy, that sounds amazing, but is not too fast, this car is not that fast. You can't want to be someone that wants to win races. If you're racing an average car, obviously this is way faster than the average car, but if something like an M3 or an M4 pulls up beside you, or a GT350, even a 10-speed Mustang GT, most other sports cars will beat this, because it does make 471 horsepower out of its naturally aspirated 5-liter V8, but this car weighs 4,340 pounds, guys. That's about as much as that RAV4 right there. But it doesn't matter. And that's the point of this car. And 471 horsepower, 4,340 pounds, yet that traction light, you're gonna see it come on a lot. Like, this car moves. This car is gonna feel very fast to the average person. Again, you just can't have the priority of speed or sportiness be your thing and get the LC500 and be happy with it. It's not a cornering car. It is a wafting through the curviness of a road type of car. But yeah, certainly not an all-out track car. You're not going to have a great time if that's your priority, and that's why you get the LC500. All right, let's go in and do a 0 to 60 test in the LC500 and see what we get. 471 horsepower, but this thing weighs a lot. 3, 2, 1, go. One of those cars where I don't find myself really wanting more. I don't need more power than this. The LC500 is for someone who just wants to enjoy the experience. You don't need a bunch of attention in your life. You don't need to be the loudest car, you don't need to be the fastest car, but everything about your drive is just high quality. Going over these bumps, boom, high quality. The sound is a quality V8 sound. Reliability, you never have to worry. The interior, you're just bathing in luxury. Every time you press a button, even the turn signals, everything feels so good in here. This is where the car shines, guys. I don't want to be on super curvy roads. I want to lay back on the interstate and have a better time than everyone else in their lanes in this car. I can listen to that V8 whenever I want. I can sit back and just put one finger on the steering wheel and just forget I'm even driving. The seats are comfortable yet sporty. It really bolsters you in with those the sides of the seats here. But I mean, this is the softest feeling car I have ever felt. And then even just the holding on to this leather steering wheel feels so good. This is the ideal car for if you want to have a great time on long road trips. Driving up to the mountains, driving for a couple of hours to a different city, and you want to get there really, really fast as well, and never ever have to be broken down on the side of the road. This is it. This is what the LC500 is for. Now, the point of this video is mostly to discuss what about the other options. You're about to drop 70 grand on a car. Okay, well, you have a C8 Corvette, you have a Shelby GT350, you have a very, very nice Lexus RCF. You could get an Acura TLX Type S, a brand new one, probably max spec'd out. You could get a used like 997, 911 Carrera for $70,000. You could get a used G80 M3, maybe a base model, not a competition. Hold on, we got a little bit of space here. None of those cars I just mentioned, other than the RCF, can do that though. The problem is, if you're looking for a naturally aspirated V8 in today's day and age, your options are so limited. You could get a Mustang GT, and honestly, you know, a GT is for you if you're looking for more of the sporty side. I mean, the Mustang does not even touch the luxury that this has. No, I wouldn't even put those two cars anywhere near in the same category. This is just on a whole new level. And you could easily mod this thing if you really wanted to make it as fast as a Mustang GT, because this is at a disadvantage due to its weight, unfortunately. But yeah, I've driven all those cars I just mentioned. None of them offer as comfortable as a ride and as juicy of a V8 as this does. So in my eyes, the more that I prioritize comfort and a unique sounding exhaust note, the more that this car does appeal to me. By the way, this has a 10-speed automatic, so you can drop very low in the gears there. love this car. I love it. If I were to buy one, I think the best LC500 spec you could get is a convertible with a slightly modified exhaust. I don't think it needs to be much louder than it is, but I can imagine the driving experience of the LC500 with the top down and maybe just a tad bit of a louder exhaust would be incredible, incredible. It is almost loud enough, but I like sound, so yeah, I would think louder is always better in my opinion. So effortlessly just weave through. I don't have a worry in my life, and I still feel like I'm floating even though we're going at interstate speeds. Now, while we're stuck in traffic for a second, which, by the way, no complaints, loving life, because I'm just sitting here in these very comfortable seats in a very comfortable car, so I'm fine with traffic too. That's the life of being in an LC500. But if you can tell from the speedometer, on the pulls that we're doing, you really have time to wring this V8 out and listen to the exhaust. Like, on a lot of cars we've been reviewing recently, if I do that and I look down at how fast I'm going, it's a cause for concern. This thing, I look down and I'm like, wait, I can keep flooring it. Like, that's fine. And that is what's really nice about the LC500 is its speed from the factory, no modifications, is enough to just enjoy yourself, enjoy the experience of the car. You know, you're not gonna get arrested probably. You'd have to really be on it for a while. And again, not here to call this slow. I'm here to call this thing like right in the sweet spot. So I don't know, like, this car is for you if you like going fast in a slower car. This thing is not slow, but for 70 grand you can get a lot faster options. This is not about being the fastest, it's not about cornering the best, it is about feeling the best, comfort wise. It is about listening to the best, exhaust note wise. So it's more like focused in other areas, and if you like those areas, then the LC500 is going to be a car you will like. Guys, I do gotta say, if you live in Miami or are thinking about living in Miami, how do you deal with this traffic? Like, it is Sunday. There should not be bumper to bumper traffic going into Miami, but there always is, no matter the time of day or what day it is. It is absolutely ridiculous. I think this is one of the best Grand Touring cars under $100,000 without a doubt. It creates one of the best experiences, has one of the best exhaust notes, and so far in my journey of driving cars and searching for what's the best all-around car, I mean, this definitely takes the cake for the most luxurious interior and highest quality. With the best, most comfortable feeling ride out of any car I have yet to drive under $100,000. So again, seriously does lack in its speed, its feeling of how fast it is, but it's made up for in the sound it produces and the comfortability. So should you buy this car? All depends on your priorities. I think anyone could hop in this thing and just, it would put a smile on your face. Hard to be depressed in an LC500, I must say. And with that being said, guys, I appreciate y'all for watching, and let me know your thoughts in the comments of this car. What an honor to drive this thing. This car is I'm glad I drove this. And I'll see you very, very soon in the next video. Peace out.